Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's No FOMO Charts, Stocks and Crypto TA live stream. Just want to say thank you, everyone, for watching and following. I am streaming live on TradingView, YouTube, Twitch. We also have a Twitter X group. It is Saturday right now, about 8 p.m., September 23rd. Let's go ahead and get started. This past week, first off, the news. The past week, we had the USA FOMC, the Federal Reserve meeting, where Fed Chairman Jerome Powell said the Federal Reserve is going to hold interest rates steady, meaning no increase this meeting for this month. However, interest rates are going to stay high for a longer period of time, possibly for 1 to 2 more years. For stocks this week, we have earnings from companies like Costco, Micron, Nike, CarMax, Carnival Cruise as well. The economic data coming out this week, final GDP is important. Then we have another Fed Chair Powell speech, the core PCE price index, consumer confidence and consumer sentiment. So GDP and PCE price index are two very important markers regarding inflation and economic health of USA. For news, there is a potential federal government shutdown if funding legislation is not signed by October 1st. That's in progress right now with almost daily developments with the news. USA credit card losses are rising at a fastest pace in 30 years, and that's projected to increase for next 2 years. So there's some defaulting that's happening on credit cards that's bad, basically. And it just shows the effect of inflation is just trickling down to the bottom of the barrel here in terms of, it's hitting consumers extremely hard. You see what's going on around the country. It's pretty tough to watch right now. Apple iPhone 15 demand exceeds expectations worldwide, even in these economic conditions. Even I'm interested in iPhone. Rite Aid, a pharmacy store here in America, is going to shut down hundreds of stores due to bankruptcy. For crypto news, Coinbase recently held talks to buy FTX European assets, so potential acquisition to expand in the European market. Binance Crypto Exchange plans to delist stablecoins in Europe by June 2024 to comply with the MiCA compliance standards. This is probably one of the most major developments in crypto in Europe that I've seen in the past 1 or 2 years, besides the USA SEC lawsuit and here in America. Binance wrote a 50 to 60 page petition asking the USA SEC to dismiss the lawsuit. So this is going to have a definite effect on crypto because in 1 to 2 years from now, there's been 1 year from now, 6-9 months from now, if there's no stable coins on the crypto exchanges in Europe anymore, where are people going to put their money in crypto? They're going to either have to buy crypto like Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., or convert back to fiat money. Okay, or maybe they could. I guess the other way would be buy Bitcoin or buy stable coins now and then transfer it off the exchange onto a cold wallet and then have to open up a different worldwide exchange to really rebuy crypto later. So there is a workaround around it, I guess. Maybe that's from my American perspective. That happens. That's pretty commonplace here in America. But in terms of crypto trading and having to move around to different exchanges or have to buy things or move to wallets. So that's why it's going to move. It's going to move the price. So this is actually not really good. It could be because some people might just say, well, I'm just going to go back to fiat money, whereas some people are going to go all into crypto and just buy crypto. So it remains to be seen which direction crypto market moves. All right, let's start here with stocks. So itinerary for today, current news and events, stock market, possibly requests if there are any crypto market requests, and then that's it for the stream. So if you have a request, just let me know right away on any of the live chats. Go ahead and get started here. First off, we have SPY, S&P 500. Now we were in a symmetrical triangle here on SPY. We lost because of the the Fed meeting, which is basically bearish. We lost the support in the sim triangle. So if this is true, if we measure the entire symmetrical triangle here, could be about 6% from the 6.43%, which is exactly right here on this 408 level on this X down here. Now, this horizontal line is the 200 EMA. We lost the 50, we lost the 100, we lost the 200 EMA. Or excuse me, we might lose the 200 EMA. We lost the 100 EMA. So this in the circle is our level of support. And you can see we actually lost this neckline support. This head and shoulders, that could also be our 6% to downside move. Now, but what's building, if you're a swing trader, you might want to get excited about this, or a day trader, is that there is bullish divergence that's forming on the H1 chart, meaning that we have a series of the price is going down, but our oscillators are building momentum up. So I can imagine on day trading Monday or Tuesday morning is that we might try to get one more short down, maybe pop up and a short down, and then the bulls have to fight for this area above 426. If we zoom out, we could see that the long-term trend line, this larger yellow line down here, if I combine all of that, that's marking also with this horizontal yellow support level, it's double X marks the spot for a potential 421 support. So that's probably where the bears are going to try to attack down and sell down to, and then we might have one bounce here at some point, but the bounce might take 1 month. So we're going to see if that happens or not. This golden cross is still in play, but we're in a downtrend in the price for the past 3 months. It's not good. Short-term price action. Weekly as well, we could see that head and shoulders on the weekly as well. And this arrow is going to be our 50 for the weekly time frame. Lower high, lower low is in progress right now. Take a quick look at monthly as well. We had a hanging man candle up here for all of August, and September is looking like a large bearish engulfing pattern, a type of evening star triple candle pattern, which is bearish on the market. Let's go to NASDAQ. NASDAQ's very similar, except we actually had a descending triangle. You can see here in the dotted lines, I'll highlight it in the blue. You can see this descending triangle price pattern is occurring, and we made a lower high in this circle here, lower high, and it's going to test that support this week. 356 is our line in the sand. If we lose that, going straight down to 342 area, which is a previous gap support area. So I'll encircle this for next time. Very similar psychology applies. There is a secondary MACD histogram bullish setup that might happen, but we have to crash into it first. So H4 is oversold, yes, but we need to see how far is it going to extend down, because this is a very common short play, right? It bounces and then crush down, bounces, crush down. So we need extreme oversold for this double bottom on the RSI or to get that V-shaped recovery. So this is a very important line, 356. Weekly as well. Somebody asked me, okay, how can I predict our lows? Weekly chart is very good at that for as an investor, right? We've seen just on price, we had this higher low on the weekly, and then we go up. We had a lower high on the weekly, and we're coming down. So that's just one price pattern that I look for to determine potentially where are we going, up or down. And all of this in the middle is just what the day traders and the swing traders love to trade. That's why we trade, right? To capture these uptrends or short down. So long the uptrends, short the downtrends, and just try to hold it as long as possible with risk reward ratio of at least 2 reward to 1 risk, 2R to 1R. And the risk reward tool here on TradingView is definitely worth it to sign up for an account. It's my favorite tool of all time on TradingView for trading. Anything, stocks, crypto, anything. So we want to watch out for this in terms of the pullback down. Where could that pullback be? To 337. We also have the resistance gap. If you use the gaps tool like I do, we have the 364 up here gap. We need to watch out for this on the upside resistance. Dow Jones, These are all looking pretty similar. Dow Jones does not have as much bullish upward momentum here on the MACD. H4, we had a death cross. Okay, so bears, they're taking that signal and saying, oh, we lost that support like I marked last time, this horizontal, and now let's see how far we're going to drop in terms of a swing trading mentality. Day trading, it might go up and down for the first 2 hours of the market. But I'm talking about where's the real bottom of this move? Because we have had a tightening and then a downtrend happening very short term in terms of day trading downtrend. On the weekly as well, it's neutral RSI, and we're trying to see if we can hit the 334 down here. So in terms of weekly, you see this? If we look at it this way, let me erase these two horizontal lines. If we look at it from this trend line, it makes sense to me. This is forecastable, it's predictable. I like this dotted yellow line. Predictable, right? We're in this channel going up for almost 7-8 months now. And so the support plays, these were easier support investing plays. This one failed, and that's why I exited the market last month. I exited the market last month, sold all my stocks, crypto, swing trading positions, took my profit, I'm out. Because if we're topping out and we're not going to go higher, if we're not going to bounce, we're supposed to have a Morningstar triple candle bullish pattern. Did not happen. We had resistance just like crypto. At some point, the support is going to fall and we crashed out of there. So this is the first time we've actually closed out of this uptrending channel. This is a very significant candle that I'm circling right here. We lost the support. So now I'm just waiting to see how far is it going to crash down from investor mindset. It might go all the way down to the 50% Fibonacci retracement support green line, 332 or 327 down here. So definitely want to watch out for that. Quickly, IWM, very similar as well. IWM had this very large, huge head and shoulders resistance pattern, and we lost that neckline support. If this is a true head and shoulders, it should go down -9%, which would basically be a more than a correction. It's a very significant downtrend continuation. However, the support is still holding for now at 175. If we Fibonacci this, and keep in mind the long term, this was supposed to be an ascending triangle, so it's not totally game over for the market here. Okay, it's not totally game over for the market because we've seen this below support area and this kind of held. So we're approaching the formation right now in terms of the support formation. And for the next, let's see the average of these support areas, 30 to 40 days. So maybe 1 to 2 months, it's going to really fight down here, and that'll take us into almost November, possibly December, right? And we're going to get that one more rate hike for interest rates this year. So this is just part of the process. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. All right, let me check for requests. I don't see anybody. So let's go to just very quickly gold, silver, and copper, just on a daily. Gold, we had a nice support bounce. Okay, it was tightening here in the sim triangle, symmetrical triangle, high, low, high, higher, low, and see if we could break out of here. At the flight to safety, we might see gold rise. Definitely possible. And we had this hammer candle about 1 or 2 weeks ago. You could see this large weekly momentum. It's forming. We see if we get some continuation here on gold. It's at least it's above the 200 EMA on the daily. Silver, we could see here it went sideways for a while. We had this again, the consolidation play, just like Dow Jones, support, 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 resistance, resistance. If this is an upside down head and shoulders, we should hit the target on the top, eventually $23. This measure moving this upside down head and shoulders 4%. First target 22.19, second target 8% up. 23.14. So the average is the X, just the top of that move. But I do like we're having higher low RSI and momentum here on the MACD histogram. See if that actually keeps going to the upside. Because on the H1 chart, we could see golden cross. So if we hold the support above 2142, we should be able to hit the higher high there on the price. Copper on the daily, copper, there's some correlation here with copper and the S&P 500 because we just lost that support. Remember Dow Jones as well. We lost the support here. Same thing happened on copper. So copper's been riding this weekly support trend line on the bottom yellow line here for about 4 months now, and we just lost it. We just lost it, okay? So that's not good. The last line in the sand is the red 200 EMA, which is 2275, and we need to see that low high, lower low. It does not happen on copper, although it's definitely possible. Pivot, the daily pivot, the next spot is 2163. Okay, let's move on. US oil, very nice US oil. We had this uptrend continuation. And for me, you know, when it starts getting up this high in the overbought area and the weekly is almost in the overbought area, it could still keep going higher. Last time this happened, let's see, oil went up an additional 25 to 37%, but that was back in 2022 summer. And we haven't had this large correction yet. So we have the higher high here on the weekly. We're starting to just get that basic downtick on the MACD histogram. Not super overbought. It's not like MJ stocks or cannabis stocks in terms of the play there. So this could bounce temporarily or pierce down into our 50 EMA before we get maybe one more leg up on this. But I wouldn't be surprised because on the daily, if we start to pull back and this is the top, it's telling me right here on the charts that this might pull back down. Just a little short-term correction, maybe back to $78, $77. Natural gas still stuck down here in this downside channel, and there needs to be some significant catalyst news that needs to come out regarding United States Natural Gas Fund, UNG, and what happens here with the price. The only good thing I'm seeing on the charts is possibly an upside down head and shoulders. We have to break that neckline, however, above 713. Our big line, the sand, 776, needs to really blast out of there in terms of the price. It's starting to form. I like to see this upside down head and shoulders here as support on the RSI as well. If I were to enter this just for educational purposes, I have to get the stop loss up here, possibly about 6% stop loss. And UNG is very volatile. So that stop loss is actually not that forgiving, 6% when we start crashing. But the 2-to-1 play is that upper resistance at 754. Take a quick detour, look at some of these sector ETFs. Just visual. XLK, tech sector approaching that support level. If we lose that support level, 163, then we have the downside target 157 short opportunity. XLC, you could see here that we lost that uptrend. This is a super clean uptrend going up like that, and now all of a sudden we go sideways. That's not good. This is a weekly lower low in $68, and see if we get that pullback down to 64.10 over time. Real estate, not good. XLRE in terms of this support loss, and now I don't want to catch the falling knife, so to speak, Wall Street quote. So I'm just going to let that crash as far as possible. I might try to get the bounce. So for swing traders, it's developing. It's probably going to happen soon. Now, XLE, here we have a more clear picture of the bearish divergence. The price making a higher high, our side making a lower low. Same thing with MACD histogram. So this thing might pull back, but there's going to be a fight here. So it might look something like that. You have a head and shoulders possibly. Or pulls back and get one more last leg up attempt. Bulls really trying to fight for that back up to 90, 91. XOY, you can see what happens when we lose support trend lines. It's going to test all of our EMA supports mathematically, just the algorithms, and we're going to go as far as we go. Shorts are going to give up, and then we have a little short squeeze. So just have to be patient for it. XOP is already in a death cross. XLF testing the 200 EMA, 33.44, $33.68. Right below where we are right now is that support level. SMH as well. You can see this large in the blue. It's actually a head and shoulders with the double top up here. See if we can measure that move. It's about 10% to the downside, to going down to 130. And that would have lost our 200 EMA if that happens. So we're going to watch out for that. All right, let's take a quick look at what's going on globally as well. We're going to start off with Shenzhen Component Index. Here is basically China stock market. China was in a large symmetrical triangle, but we lost that support level. We have a death. It's been in a death cross for 1 year. Okay, so China stock market is not doing well. It's not doing well. Now, if we look at the measured move, negative 16% to downside is where this yellow line is, and we'll see if we actually get down there. There is some bullish momentum, so there's a swing trade in process right now. But if we Fibonacci this on a weekly, we're at the 618 right now. That's used to be our support level, but see if we can, if it's going to drop down further. Japan is slightly different. Japan has been in a daily up cross, but this is our resistance now. You can see everything stopping. And remember, a lot of other countries are affected by the USA stock market. So if USA is going to start crashing, that's why we're having sell-off in almost every other major market. There could be potential ascending triangle, but we have to test this support right here at 31,746 JPY, Japanese yen. Have to survive there, okay, to have an attempt at a turnaround bounce play. The Hang Seng Index, the only thing good here that I'm seeing, remember, just this is like the reverse of Dow Jones. It's not going uptrend, it's downtrend. It's still death crossed. It's going down, but at least it's at the support. So double bottom in the 618. Then our upside target is 18,617 Hong Kong dollars. So this actually looked a little bit bullish because we had that one green on Friday. So that's our upside target, 18,788. Hopefully that plays out. Euronext 100 consolidating to the side. You can see here just that rounding curve effect on the Euronext in terms of this blue channel just going sideways. Not really good to see. Some proper trend lines to lock this in. There's a trend line here. There was, see, we also had this ascending triangle. We almost had it. Almost had it. It's not completely over. However, we are holding barely onto a support line at 1321. Euros. If we lose that, then we're in trouble. Then we might have a little bit of this market correction crash action. So the big tell was here, and when we lost 1358, we lose this trend line. Happens all the time. Stocks and crypto, we lose this. It doesn't bounce. It starts to crash or go sideways. Then people could, if this was a tradable ETF, for example, this would short that down with a 2-to-1 target, something like that. Your stocks also going sideways, but at a level of support. UKX is different. Again, this kind of reminds me of the Hong Kong index. You can see our trend line, and we also have our support line, resistance and support. This is our resistance, our support line. So we had a double bottom down here as support. We didn't crash down. And if we open here, it's our oscillators. We had our oversold with some momentum, and that is grounds for a long trade. There are 3 or 4 signals. Basically only needed a 1.5 or 2% stop loss, and then target a 4-to-1 or 6-to-1 play. And somebody traded that. Okay? Somebody traded that. They made good money. This hammer candle. So there's 4 reasons to buy, high or low, and then you target this top side or this side, and you put your stop loss and walk that up. So the UK market was nice long opportunity. India, Sense X, there's a double top here. This is bad. This is bad. It was bad in terms of hit that 67,839 rupees level, and it has a resistance. Now, it's probably just going to get stuck between here. You can also draw this line and see we hit that resistance. So we're uptrending. Uh-oh, we're going down. It's not good. We should bounce. Not going to bounce. The shorts sold that off, but you know what? It's rounding, finding that level of support. And then if you're a day trader or swing trader, you know, we buy that. We buy that. We long right here, put a stop loss, small, medium-sized amount of capital, target halfway or up, you know, double the target. And then once we hit that, then we had the massive sell-off in reaction news. So support level down here is 64494. And we're going to see how far we can go down. Very correlated with the USA market. Canada TSX been stuck in this large symmetrical triangle for a while now. Very similar to the IWM Russell 2000, approaching the support level here. So for the next 1 to 2 months, going to watch this 19,500 level and see if that holds. Hopefully it does for Canada. TASI, the TASI, we have a head and shoulders here. It's not good. It's not good. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Another way to find it, there's actually a tool in TradingView. You could draw your left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and the neckline is, we just lost the neckline, this neckline. So where's the downside target? Approximately 6%. Lower, 10,500. See if that's going to actually play. And we have our 50% range. So we might bounce here a little bit because it's the Dow theory of the 50% hitting that double bottom higher low on the RSI with double MACD. Okay, so we're coming into this. I'm looking at this chart a little bit later than this crash. It's already been crashing for this entire month. So when the shorts are going to let go, we might get a little bit of that bounce short squeeze. And we'll see if we can even go as high as 11,500 to retest up here because bulls don't want to give up that easy. DAX Germany, it's similar to Euronext where we hit this resistance below 16,500. Let's draw that in for next time. And we are just stuck here between these two yellow lines. But it is not uptrending right now. No. It's going sideways, consolidation. So as soon as we lose the 15,000 euro support level, this index is in trouble. It's already yellow light, orange light, meaning in America, it's green light is go, yellow light is caution or stop, and red is you have to stop at the street. So, you know, this is green light. This is kind of yellow light. And if we start crashing, we might get red light short and no more longs, right? So we just want to watch out for that. Australia on the XJO, ASX 200 index. We just lost that support. Okay, and we closed. Although the good thing is there are bulls buying here. I like that. I like that. I think people know the oversold play here on the ASX. So when it hits this oversold level on RSI with this MACD momentum pushing up, we're going to try to push back up into the triangle and see if we could get that move sustained to the upside or not. I do like the hammer candle on the daily. All right, that marks about the halfway point. Maybe the last one I'll look at is just Apple to see what's going on here. Apple, again, we're holding the support level, but it's turning into a bit of a symmetrical triangle. We did lose that beautiful uptrend that we had in all of this year, and we're going to see if hold the support, try to bounce up to 185, because there is momentum building here on the MACD and the RSI as well. Okay. Let's go to move to crypto. So welcome everyone to my stream. We're entering the cryptocurrency section. I am streaming live on TradingView, YouTube, Twitch. We have a Twitter X group as well if you'd like to join. If you have a request, just go ahead and type in the live chats right now before I end. We'll just do some crypto, possible requests, and then we'll sign off. So now I'm looking at this chart, TOTAL, crypto total market cap, through the lens of the first two pieces of news at the beginning of the stream. Coinbase trying to buy FTX Europe, so trying to expand into Europe, possibly because the US regulation SEC lawsuit. And Binance is forced to delist stable coins within about 9 months from now from Europe. Okay, so that's not good. Now, when I look at this chart, are we going uptrend, downtrend, or sideways? Let's say for 2023. So I'm going to put in purple lines. But in these purple vertical lines, are we going uptrend, sideways, or downtrend? We have to break it up. It's actually half-half answer. We did half-half. So we went uptrend the first half of the year, and then we started going sideways the second half of the year. So our resistance right now is 1.23 trillion. Our support level is 976 billion. And these are the two levels that we're playing at in between total. The only good thing is we are at a support level, or we just bounced off a support level. So I like that, a 962 billion. Hopefully just consolidating here, try to push back up to 1.2 trillion, but we'll need a bullish catalyst for that to happen. On the weekly, we did have this psychological double top, which is why I exited my crypto in August, because if we're going full bull mode, it should have been high, low, higher, high. We should have broken out above 126 trillion. Does that make sense? And that didn't happen. And then we had the SEC lawsuit announcement, and that just kind of crushed the market. So this is a very important double bottom support level at 962. What's the risk reward if this was an ETF? To make it really tight, about 6% to downside with the potential 20% to the upside, but there has to be good news. It's not going to go up on its own by itself. The daily for Bitcoin. So our big resistance on the top side is about $32,000. Our medium size support level 25,000 and then 20,000 below. So I'll mark these three levels for next time. You can see that. And then we also have 16,000 down here. Hopefully we never go back down there. But the same analysis applies. We were in an uptrend, now going sideways, still consolidating, holding the support level. The problem is, if we start drawing trend lines, however, we lost the trend line. And this is correlated with the USA stock market. SPY, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, all of the same thing is happening. Okay? So unless we break up above the 28,000 level, we're stuck in this descending triangle for right now. Descending triangle, which is bearish unless we have a breakout. So it could be negative 25% to downside, which is going to take us down to $20,000 Bitcoin. It's not impossible. Because remember, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, exists within the framework of modern government and society. Okay, crypto is not independent yet of government. No corporation, no business really is if they're trying to do it legally. So cryptocurrencies are still businesses. Exchanges are still businesses, so they must comply with the laws. Now, I'm not talking about decentralized versus centralized. I'm just talking about for a business to operate legally in a country, they have to comply with the country's laws. So until we have major SEC law change, or if the SEC dismisses or does the opposite and enforces the lawsuit to the maximum, that's going to have a profound effect on the cryptocurrency market. So our resistance, the summary here on Bitcoin is until we break out above $29,000 Bitcoin, we're not really seeing, it's really still stuck in this downtrend, sideways type of consolidation. It's yellow light for me, it's weakness going sideways. As a long, I don't like this. But we have to see that price actually bounce. It could retest. We could try to test 30,000 one more time. I would like Bitcoin to hold the support level. High, low, high, low. Maybe this is not quite a higher low, but then stay here about 25,000, push back to 30, push back to 40. But we need the catalyst. Where is it going to come from? Bitcoin ETF is not enough. Because again, connecting with the earlier news, credit card defaults are increasing. People in America cannot pay off some of their credit card debt and are going into either their savings or bankruptcy or have to forced to take out loans. And that's why we have such an increase in crime theft right now in certain states in the country. Right? It's all related to inflation and what's happening. So certainly cryptocurrency is not at the forefront of people's minds right now. Cannabis MJ stocks were all the rage for the past 3 weeks, but even those are kind of starting to downtrend. Cryptocurrency as well. It's not going to be popular until it explodes with volatility to the upside, and then everyone's going to try to chase it at the end. Usually, right? So that's the usual formula that happens. So why am I watching this? It might look like week to week nothing's happening, but if we hold the support level above 25,000 for a significant period of time, and it's not going down, then it's probably going to go up, and then you want to long that. Okay, the only thing that's going to change my mind on that is some breaking news. That's bad for Bitcoin. Just quickly check some of the other indexes. Total 2, holding a level of support here above the 498 billion level. I like this because it's actually holding support. Very nice. This looks like to be the 618 or 786 area. Yep, it's holding the 618 right here. That's why. Bulls are saying defense, defense, defense. And then we got to push it back up to 552 billion on the total 2 market cap. Total 3, there's also that double bottom, except it's not quite at the support level down here. So let's mark this for next time. Or even better, set an alert. 300 billion, we got to hit that and protect that. So trend line support, total 3, possible entry. Just keep it easy, keep it simple, put an alert. Also the resistance as well, if someone wants to mark that if we have breakout, alerts are perfect for helping with that. Let's look at the Bitcoin futures. Bitcoin futures also need that level of support. I do, on the futures, it's more apparent, however, that we lost the trend line. You can see that in the circle. We lost this trend line. It's not good. Go to Bitcoin dominance here. Here we go. Bitcoin dominance also lost the trend line. So that's why once we kind of lose all of these uptrend channels, party's over, so to speak, for now. Party's over. That's why I sold in August. Took all my profit. I'm out. Out of there for now as a trader. Let's go into Ethereum. I did see a news article about Ethereum. And same thing applies here. We lost that support level, but it's not totally game over for Ethereum yet. Bouncing above that 50% retrace of 1500. It's still in the downtrend. You can see here in the price short term for past 6 months, 3 months. The next downside target is 1350. The only thing that's going to flip that around is if we have significant bull momentum, hold the support level. If this starts building, RSI MACD, we might get that pop up back up to 1827. So what would the risk reward ratio be there? Let's just say I randomly bought Ethereum right now, personally, talking about my own account here. Counterbody wicks on the downside about 5%. And I could easily see the target at 10% or 15% here, about 1800 level. However, it's not particularly inspiring. I like this setup better. We had the double bottom supports, clear levels of support and resistance, then it starts uptrending. This is where I entered into crypto market, basically. Okay, so we were supposed to keep going up, it didn't happen. That's why I exited. If you're a bear, then you're having the greatest time of your life right now trading, hopefully. Solana at a support. Binance, all I'm going to say is it's just stuck below its support level with the lawsuit. Plenty of space to keep crashing back down here, all the way down to 180. Solana holding that level of support. Now, this is a little bit tricky spot because, right, support, stop loss 10% down, could target about 20% to the upside if it's going to pop back up. So either two things are going to happen. Bullish scenario, you're going to get the higher low, like this blue circle, and then blast up to the upside. Or it could be a copy of November 2022. Very weak bounce, bad news, and then crash. So that would stop somebody out. So there's that risk there. But there's still 2-to-1 risk, you know. So potential support play. That's all I'm going to say. Cardano as well, potential support play, but it's in a downtrend right now. This is not going up. It's going down. And it's only hitting the support level at 25 cents. So that's why. If it doesn't bounce up, I prefer to short at these tops. For example, I like shorting at the tops and let it go down into my profit target rather than trying to short at the bottom when the RSI and everything is kind of low here on the H4. That's much more risky. As long as we don't crash below 23 to 22 cents in this blue box, we should be fine there. XRP as well. XRP is holding the support level and still it kind of failed out of that ascending triangle area here. So only two things are going to happen. This is actually a real ascending triangle. Support, support, support. Hopefully that holds and we get another leg up. Resistance, resistance, resistance. If we don't break above 53 cents and hold above there, then this could actually crash back down. We did have that nice double bottom here on the RSI as well. So I do like XRP, and XRP is popular in Europe. A lot of European traders ask me about XRP all the time. So I like this one. It's going to be time. It's going to take time. So if I just randomly bought right now, let's see. The immediate stop loss, 10%. So could target 20% here. And again, this large little bounce up, the 618 retrace is right at my target and holding a support level. So I'll probably use maybe 10% of my account. So I'm only risking a total of 1%. And it's very easy to put on trades that way. But somebody must have the stop loss entry profit target. So if somebody's exchange only has one order each, then you have to buy it first, or you have to plan it first, then buy, and then fill the order, then put a stop loss down below first. You're putting your protection risk first. And then if it starts going up, you can move the stop loss to break even. And then if it keeps going to hit your profit target with the, you could set an alert up here or something, and you just sell. Or let it keep running and keep walking that stop loss up if it keeps going up. Now, if it just crashes back down, stop down and then move on to the next trade. But manage that risk there. Hopefully people understand that. Manage the risk. I'm only trading. I'm only going to risk 1% in the beginning. Sometimes I go a lot more than that, but because of my experience level. And my percentage win rate is about 60% to 80%. So that's why, right? Practice a lot doing bar replay, trading panel, paper trading, etc., real life trading. So that's why my win rate is above 50%. So here, that's all I'm looking for. That's all I'm looking for. Now, be aware that what's not on this chart, the prices on this chart, the volumes on this chart, the news is not on the chart. What your government is going to do is not on the chart. What is XRP going to do? The company, right? So those are things like we need that's what the news and the our phones and computers for. But I do like that it's kind of holding here. I do like that. Next, AVAX. AVAX still in the downtrend. What's the definition of the downtrend? It looks like this. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So in terms of where's the bottom, hasn't hit it yet. Hasn't hit the bottom yet. And we're going to box this in as such. So this could be viewed two ways. If we use the previous, this is actually better trend line. Descending triangle, folks. It's not good. Negative 45% to downside, which is about 630, this area, downside target. Is it oversold? It actually is. It is. So it could keep going down a little bit more. This bullish divergence to the upside, and we'll try to get that pop up to 1094 or so. The weekly here, it's not super oversold, and we don't have a huge MACD histogram. Need to buy a new mouse. But even that huge MACD histogram actually failed. So just be careful. AVAX is on the SEC non-compliant list. Watch out for that. DOT as well in the downtrend. Let me check my requests. I'm not seeing any requests today. Looks like everyone's just out shopping or relaxing. But DOT, it's in the downtrend. Okay, DOT in the downtrend. Oversold, however. I do like this. Thank you for the follow. Dogecoin as well. That's really fun. I mean, you gotta have fun with it. I respect and I like trading view for doing that, right? You gotta have some fun with crypto. It can't be all business and serious. You gotta have some, lightheartedness as well. I like those emojis. I wish we could like make your own or something like that. It'd be kind of fun. Or you have a Dogecoin like in a little sticker or something like that. It'd be fun for charts. But Dogecoin in the downtrend, holding the support level. I like this 6 cent support level. Good, good. However, you can see that some stop hunting from the market makers. You can see it gets sold off pretty hard. So that might happen. And then the bulls might come in to really catch that on the price. So I'm going to put a huge stop loss here, 15%, and then I have to target 30% on the upside. This is more like an investment play. Could take about 2 months, see what happens here with this, but I do like at least it's attempting to hold the support. But this trade is canceled as soon as you see that close and it starts downtrending further. Kind of choppy too. It's not really the most pretty looking setup. Shiba Inu. What do I like about this? Back down to level of support, which is about 704. I do like we have our MACD histogram and our oversold level here. It's not extremely oversold here on the 20 area. Seeing if that can bounce up or not. Okay, so you want to watch for something like this happening. If we get 633 on the downside piercing, you want to watch for that, 633. How do we know we're going to break above that? Trend line, resistance, or horizontal resistance, 767. This was a little bit more risky trade, but if SHIB survives, I might get a 2-to-1 play on that. Although I would like this to go lower, the RSI. Keep in mind, many cryptocurrencies are correlated with Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes down, altcoins usually go down. So that's why I only really need to care about Bitcoin or Ethereum if I'm trying to look at the big picture and total market cap. Matic's oversold as well. I do like this on the daily. It's was oversold on multiple time frames, and it's approaching oversold on the weekly as well. Still below this trend line, and we want to be maybe at the 40-cent range. That's the last time it bottomed out, so I'm not totally excited for this. If it pops up, no problem. And we see that if we get that higher low, there's a little bit of bullish divergence momentum forming here. So it's a little suspicious looking chart in a good way. It's applying to many of these charts. Link, see, sometimes you get the bullish momentum and it pops first. So we had this support level, bullish momentum, breakout above the rectangle, and then you have a trade here. Right, so the 2-to-1 risk, if I buy the correct coin, there is 2-to-1 reward to risk, and you just move your stop loss up until you stop out to profit. And then you walk away, a winner. Not having any risk management is what causes 90% of people to lose. No risk management, no position sizing, no emotional management, no preparation and planning. Probably is the reason why we have 90% losses. Not we, but most beginner traders have 90% losses. I have a 60% to 80% win profitability rate because I learned how to overcome those issues by study and practice. Tron, nice to see Tron in the uptrend above this higher low, high low, and now it's taking some profit and this rounding off top action at the resistance about 8 cents. So you want to see if that's going to pull back or not to establish a higher low at about 8. Bitcoin Cash, we tried to have the traders tried to have this double bottom bounce. We had that, and it's just hesitating right now. We Fibonacci this move here. 618 was holding. We went up to 50% right now, up to 382 possible. So if it falls back down, 180 is the spot. But it's actually very short term. It's resting right above that resistance trend line at about 205. You see that? Higher low and see if we can bounce out of there. If it starts consolidating just like Bitcoin, I wouldn't be surprised. Ethereum Classic, I like that it's at a support level, but just like SHIB, watch out for those flash crashes. If it happens and pops out below a Bollinger Band, it's a nice little long entry for day traders if they could catch it in time. Algo, we already had the oversold play, so that's why the downtrend, I'm calling out the longer term trend, but also in my mind, I'm looking at this longer term downtrend. But if we bottom out here and then we have some bullish momentum, it could retrace nice percentage amount all the way back up to $11. Excuse me, 11 cents. So we could go from 9 cents to 11 cents, somewhere like 10 to 20% volatility. Stellar, I'm going to end here. I don't see any requests or anything, or could be my web browser's bugged, but XLM, you see here holding the support level. It's still in the downtrend right now. It's not good, going sideways right now in the price. And in terms of Fibonacci, we do the whole thing here. We're just floating around the 618. And if that's not going to hold, you can see the next level down is 10 cents, 9 cents, 7 cents. Unfortunately, this, the hype with XLM is just kind of faded right now. I would have re-entered the market here because I sold my cryptos here for profit, right? The swing trading, if it went one more leg up, I would have opened up long positions to get that next leg up. But because of all the bad news, that's why I sold my crypto positions. Looking forward to the next setup that's going to happen. All right, everybody, went a little bit over today, but thank you so much for watching, following, supporting. If you like the stream, you learned something, you want to support me in the channel, just go ahead and click follow on TradingView, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter X as well. If you have a request or question, just let me know in my YouTube comments for next time, or send me a direct message on TradingView only for requests only, and I'll answer it on next time stream. Next time I'll be on is probably a week from now, possibly the weekend of September 30 or October 1st. Thank you, everybody. Hope you have a nice one. See you next time. Bye-bye.